Dr. Ambedkar's advocacy for abolishing the Khoti system. The sources, particularly Volume 2 of Drive Br Ambedkar's writings and speeches, provide insights into his stance on the Khoti system. Dr. Ambedkar actively championed the abolition of the Khoti system, a form of revenue farming prevalent in parts of the Bombay Presidency, especially in the Ratnagiri district, and parts of the Kolaba and Thana districts. He viewed this system as detrimental to the welfare of the people and a hindrance to social progress. In 1937, he introduced Bill No. 20 of 1937, aiming to dismantle the Khoti system and replace it with the Rayatwari system, which he believed would be more equitable and beneficial for the affected regions. Reasons for abolishing the Khoti system. Dr. Ambedkar argued that while the Khoti tenure might have simplified revenue collection for the government, its drawbacks were substantial and threatened the peace and stability of the presidency. The system often resulted in the exploitation of cultivators, who were subject to the whims of the Khots, who acted as intermediaries between them and the government. He believed that the abolition of the Khoti system was essential to alleviate the hardships faced by the peasantry and to establish a more just and equitable land revenue system. Provisions of the bill and further insights. The bill proposed a systematic approach to abolishing the Khoti system. It empowered the government to nullify the Khoti rights in designated areas through notifications in the Government Gazette. It also included provisions for compensating the Khots for their loss of revenue rights. To safeguard the rights of the cultivators, the bill stipulated that those occupying land within Khoti villages would gain occupant status under the Land Revenue Code of 1879, granting them enhanced security and rights over the land they cultivated. The sources highlight Dr. Ambedkar's dedication to social and economic justice. His efforts to abolish the Khoti system demonstrate his commitment to dismantling exploitative systems and empowering marginalized communities. His introduction of Bill No. 20 of 1937 stands as a testament to his progressive vision for a more equitable society. Difference between Khoti and Rayatwari system. Khoti system versus Rayatwari system, key differences. The sources, specifically Dr. Ambedkar's work and speeches, shed light on the disparities between the Khoti and Rayatwari systems. Khoti system. Intermediary role. This system operated with Khots acting as intermediaries between the government and the cultivators. The government entrusted the Khots with revenue collection responsibilities. Exploitative potential. While facilitating revenue collection, the Khoti system unfortunately granted Khots considerable power over the cultivators, often leading to exploitation and oppressive practices. Land tenure. The Khoti, not the cultivator, held the primary rights to the land. This arrangement created an imbalance in the power dynamic between the two parties. Regional prevalence. The Khoti system primarily existed in specific regions of the Bombay Presidency, including the Ratnagiri, Kolaba, and Thana districts. Regulation variations. The terms of the Khoti tenure differed across regions, governed by local laws, customs, or specific grants, adding complexity to its implementation and impact. Rayatwari system. Direct engagement. In contrast to the Khoti system, the Rayatwari system established a direct relationship between the government and the cultivators. Empowerment of cultivators. Under this system, the government collected revenue directly from the cultivators, eliminating the intermediary role of the Khots. This approach aimed to empower cultivators and provide them greater control over their land. Occupant status. Cultivators in the Rayatwari system held occupant status, granting them specific rights and protections under the Land Revenue Code. Perceived equity. The Rayatwari system was regarded as a fairer and more equitable system by proponents like Dr. Ambedkar, who advocated for its implementation in areas under the Khoti system. Dr. Ambedkar's perspective. Dr. Ambedkar vehemently criticized the Khoti system, deeming it exploitative and a source of social unrest. He firmly believed that abolishing this system was essential to uplift the peasantry and establish a more just society. He championed the Rayatwari system as a superior alternative that would empower cultivators and foster a more equitable relationship between the government and the people. It's crucial to acknowledge that the sources primarily offer Dr. Ambedkar's viewpoint and his proposed solutions. While highlighting the perceived injustices of the Khoti system, they do not present counterarguments or potential complexities associated with implementing the Rayatwari system in its entirety.